Big fan of this man, Jamil Mawani. Big fan of this restaurant. This is like a hidden gem. Jambo Grill. Killer Eats on Kingsway is the way I describe the restaurant. And talk about an immaculate setup here. Thanks for coming in.
No, thanks for having me.
We've got so much on the table here, but today we're going to focus on what? The puri and the chai, right?
Puri and the chai, yes.
Okay, now what's the secret for the puri? Let's start here because I'm going to help you out with the rolling.
Yeah, you're going to try this. It's actually great. This is a Sunday breakfast special that we do at Jambo Grill that my grandma used to do every morning back when I was young, and so it's a traditional family recipe. And what we do, it's made with ada flour and some other spices that you can find on our website on jambogrill.ca.
You've got some of the spices here.
Some of the spices are here, yeah. Most of these spices are actually used for our masala chai.
Okay.
And so we got fennel seeds and lychee, which is a green cardamom, and cinnamon, lemongrass, nutmeg, cloves, which is all mixed in together into our pre-mixed masala.
Listen,
chai masala.
The spices smell amazing, but to get the puri right, and I'm going to roll this as we talk about
this was really set for you.
That's already set, so let's just throw that in, right?
So yeah, so there's a little trick to this, and so what you want to do is when you get it in the fryer, you want to lay it down flat and press it down so that it kind of bubbles up, and you don't want it to fold over.
Yeah.
And the more you push it down, it should bubble up into a round puri.
And that usually goes for how long there?
They're quick. They're like 15, 20 seconds. Once you see it kind of bubble up like this, you want to make sure you kind of get the edges and then slowly flip it over, splash some on the top till you get a nice color on it.
And this is great. This is like what we have in the Megji household. Mama Megji's all about this food too, so it's nice that you guys make this at the restaurant. Now the spices we use within the puri too, I know we talked about the ones for the chai. What do you put in for the puri?
In the puri, this is ada flour. There's a garlic ginger powder as well as a little bit of turmeric that gives it that color.
Yeah.
And a little oil, some water. You mix it together like a dough, and then you bring it together into around the size of a ping pong ball. That's how you want to portion them, and then you lay them and roll them out flat.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you want to get it to the size of around the size of your hand. And then when you fry it, make sure the fryer is at a good temperature. And the best way to tell if your fryer is ready to kind of go is just take a little ball and drop it in, and it should immediately float up to the top. And when it does, you know your oil is ready to start popping these bad boys in.
Okay, so before we dive in and do the taste test on this, because I'm salivating looking at it, the chai, how do we do the
chai?
Lemongrass chai, right?
Yeah, the lemongrass masala chai. And so with all these ingredients and our pre-mixed masala mix, you throw it into the chai, you bring it to a boil, you let the water boil first. And then once that boils, you add your black tea, 1 spoon per cup, and let that come to a boil. And the longer you let it boil, the darker and the stronger the tea is. And then you add half a spoon of our masala mix per cup, and you let that boil again. And then once it comes down, you want to simmer down the tea and let it cool a little bit. And then you want to add your milk. Now what we do is we use 2% milk, and we use evaporated milk because it gives it that creamy texture and the color.
Okay.
So you pour that into there. You get that beautiful color in there. And then you bring that to a boil again. And once it comes to a boil, you want to strain it into the cup, into the teapot, and then pour it into the chai cup right there and add sugar to liking.
Okay, so we're going to let that warm up, and I'm going to just dive in and take a piece of this puri here.
Yeah, now the puri goes really well with the masala potatoes. We have a mango chutney and a raita, which is a yogurt-based chutney as well.
And what's the secret? What do you guys put together with the potatoes?
Secret, I can't really tell you too much about that. Most of the masala, the potatoes and some spices, along with crushed tomatoes and some cilantro. And most of the recipes online, so you'll find the details there. But the best part of the puri and the mango chutney that goes together is something that we grew up having.
I love it. Just a sample. Again, hidden gem down on Kingsway. JamboGrill.ca is the website. Jamil, thanks for coming in. We'll warm up the chai and we'll give it to the crew. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Yeah,
Deal?
definitely.